Render is about to shock the world and I will tell you why. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Doc and today's video I'm going to explain to you why Render is about to shock the world in the coming weeks and also give you my Render bull run top price prediction. So let's start this video off with what's actually going on with the Render price since my video of last week. So during last week's video, Render was about like $8.10 and was actually ranging and couldn't find a way out from this range. Like we draw the exact same lines back as then, because if you cannot see, you're actually having a range here on the 4 hour with a top at like $8.10 and a bottom at like $7.44, and it was just going down, up, down. It actually went down from my video, like I said, but the thing I also said in my video is once we break out from this channel, we will head towards $9. And as you can see, Render got so close, like $8.998. But yeah, like I said in the intro, at the end of the video we will talk about my short-term price prediction and my bull run top price prediction. But now let's get on with the very bullish Render news that happened during this week. So the first major thing that happened today is from 21 Shares, which is basically the world's largest crypto ETP provider. And as you can see, they had big news. 4 game-changing ETPs just released: decentralized computing, Render. So they actually made an ETP, an exchange-traded product of Render. So this is very big. Everybody knows that the exchange-traded funds brought billions of dollars to Bitcoin, and the exchange-traded product will bring a lot of money to Render and also will be a very big step towards a Render ETF. Because if you didn't know yet, Render ETP is 100% physically backed by the underlying asset. The 21 Shares Render ETP tracks the performance of Render, the native token powering the Render network. This ETP provides investors with a regulated and transparent way to gain exposure to the rapidly growing decentralized GPU rendering network. So we're seeing so many nice things written about Render, so which basically leverages distributed computing power to transform the digital content creation and overcome scalability limitations in AI, VR and other computationally intensive field. So what it basically says is just showing that Render is the largest decentralized GPU network, that it's helping artists and limitations in AI, and that this Render ETP is the way to buy Render from regulated and transparent providers. So as you can see how to invest, you can see banks and brokers. I think this is like 24 different banks and brokers. The Giro actually is the one I use for my stock. So these are very big names, and once I can actually see it on the Giro, I will make a post about it and show everyone. But this once again is very big news, and this isn't the only big thing that dropped this week. Because on Friday the 29th, the CEO of Otoy and Render, Jules Urbach, dropped something huge. Basically what he said, that there will be new Render network jobs using Flux by Black Force Labs, Dream Machine by Luna Labs, Runway by ML, and others are available starting today using Render credits, with more coming soon. So a lot of things dropping on Otoy and Render network, and you can use them using Render credits. So again, a very nice way to start buying Render, to use all these great things. And not only that, there's more coming soon: an AI upscaling tool by Topaz Labs, a Skybox 360, an innovative text to 368K HDRI image generator. So this will use a lot of GPU power. And again, if you don't know how the Render network works, the more people that use the network, the more tokens will be burned. So everything that's coming to the Render network once again helps with burning more Render tokens. And you know, when more tokens get burned, the price will go higher. And of course, a Python based launcher built to frictionless send generative neutral jobs to thousands of concurrent GPUs on the render network. So this is actually very, very bullish, because of this launcher will actually make it easier for other people to once again use the render network. So these are two major things that happened during this week. But again, there's more. Last week we were talking about the holders count, basically saying the higher the amount of holders goes, the more bullish it is, because a higher holder count means that more people will be buying it, will be talking about it. If the price goes up, they will get more bullish, buying more, telling more. So this is very important. And what Render achieved in November is incredible, because even last week we were at 67,000 holders, now almost at 71,000. In the beginning of November we were like 58,000, so it's rapidly growing. And a lot of people, like I explained in my last week's video, expect this to go to like 1 million. So that would be very, very bullish. But again, as long as this number keeps going up, it's gonna be very, very bullish for the render bull run top target. Another thing that I want to address in this video is that people have such low targets for the render top. I'm hearing $20, $30, and that's why I'm gonna give you two examples of what's actually possible in a bull run. So the first example is XLM. XLM went plus 600% in 3 weeks and went from a $3 billion market cap to a $17.5 billion market cap in less than 3 weeks. So this would be the equivalent of render going from like $6 all the way up to $40 in just 3 weeks. And the bull run hasn't even started yet. So raise your targets, not financial advice, but a lot of you are just thinking too low, because the second example, XRP, is even crazier. XRP just went plus 300% in less than 4 weeks, from a 25 billion market cap all the way to $100 billion in market cap. Basically up 75 billion in market cap. This would mean a 15x for render in 4 weeks, and a 15x for render would basically be plus 1500%. And this happened in 4 weeks, not even a long period. And people are just looking at the coins that are going up, and this is how market makers always get you. You have strong conviction in render, you hold it. You see XRP performing well, you're like, I don't like render because it's not like XRP, I'm gonna rotate. And once you rotate, they will just skyrocket render. That's what always happened. It happened last year when render went from like $1.50 to like almost $15 at 10x. It will happen again. Not financial advice, but as you guys can see, 20 billion, 70 billion, all possible in less than 4 weeks, and new retail isn't even here yet. The people that are pumping coins like XLM and XRP are the 2017 bag holders or the 2021 bag holders. Like, so much more is possible for render, and I'm gonna tell you everything about that at the end of the video. But before I give you my short-term and long-term render price prediction, if you want to win $1.2 million in prize pool from the Bybit 6th anniversary, which basically includes golds, Solana phones, Rolexes, Apple gift bundles, Louis Vuitton bags, and even a space travel ticket, just go to the top of the description and click on the link after the 1.2 million prize pool. Once you're at the link, all you gotta do is start clicking on Adapt BB Sol and then create a new account using my referral code 41860, and this referral code will even give you double the reward, so up to 2.4 million in prizes. So definitely don't sleep on this and sign up and start earning rewards. So as I mentioned in the intro, it was very important for render to break out this range, but also it basically tested the Fibonacci 0.5 level at like 8.50, got denied, retested the range, closed above it, and then sent to 9. So this is very important. This is what we call an SR flip. So basically a support resistance flip, which is very bullish. And as you can see, if we zoom out, this was actually in the past as well. This used to be a resistance area, this was a resistance area, and this. So basically, history doesn't always repeat, but it rhymes. So you might be thinking, what's the next resistance area? Well, basically it's really simple. It's just this area here. So this is the next resistance, and the next resistance basically lies between like the Fibonacci 0.168, which is around like 9.7, and the top of this resistance, which is basically 10.8. So I'm expecting the next resistance to be on this area. So this will not be easy to reach. But what we will see in the short term, if we're really bullish, is this. So what we will see is maybe go in, get denied. So this is like, this could probably happen. Get denied a little bit. Maybe test like here. So the $9, 8.5. Then go in as well, like this could range as well, like this could do a lot of ranges, like this could be the next range, just like we saw in the previous range a little bit here, the lower. And then what we could see is this, go up, retest, and then just pump through, like go up, retest this, just like we did in this previous range. Always get a nice reset and then just go straight towards all-time high. And then from there on, this part will be for the bull run top price prediction, of course, but this is how this could go. Then again, you might be saying, Doc, are we only going up? Well, the macro trend is looking up. The weekly is extremely bullish. Does this mean it's only up? Well, on the weekly and monthly time frame, yes, but there could be liquidity grabs. Just take a look here in February. Just take a look at this grab. Before it went parabolic, it grabbed all the way from like $8.10, which is the lower channel here. And then it went to like $5, like 60, and then the next day it was already at like 9.30, and then a couple days later at 12. So that's still possible, but if it's going to 560, nobody knows. But what we're seeing here is this is really important for people who have like spare money but don't want to buy at these levels. So I myself, I have actually got some money left, and I'm actually bidding on these levels. So as you can see, let's take out one more. There is some liquidity here, so there's still some liquidity that could be tested. So let's take a horizontal line here, and it's basically between the 630 and the 730. Like, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be slow to 630 and then up. No, it's not gonna go like that. So if we delete these lines, this will be a little bit more helpful. This area here, maybe even go a little bit down, like 7 to like 630. This could be hit really fast, like liquidity grab here, pump it up. It was basically the same as this area. So remember when I was talking on YouTube and Twitter that this area here had a lot of liquidity that just could be tested before the next uptrend. Because what people sometimes need to understand is the faster you go down, the harder you can go up. So this area here, as you can see, this is like prime example, untested liquidity. It went up, it never came down there, didn't reach, and then again it dipped here, went a little bit up, came all the way down to this bottom wick of the open, and then skyrocketed. And that's the same thing that could happen here. So we could actually just go to this liquidity again, try to retest it, because it went up, never retested, kept going up, maybe in from here. So yeah, if you're a back holder, in my opinion, just holding render, hold it. Don't do anything, you're good. If you want to trade, I wouldn't advise, not financial advice, longing, but because you're coming to resistance. This is major resistance. This is like support area. And again, I will long in this area. And of course, if you don't have render yet, you can just buy some here, but have spare cash to buy here. Like, again, not financial advice, but do some risk management of your own. Never be fully in, because you never know, a very strong wick down and you're not in, you will always think like, I wish I had some cash, because this is the best money in the game. Like, people don't understand why having cash is so important. Because imagine you had cash and you have some spare cash and you want to make quick money. Like, look at the price range. this bottom here of the wick, this is the next day. This is a 73% gain in a single day. This is 24 hours. And that's what happens when you have like buy orders at these crazy zones. Because let's say it goes down to like 620 and then the next day $12, which is definitely possible. Like, as you can see, it would be like 612 and then this is 64 made in a day. And then of course, what I usually do is if I get buy orders here, I keep my hold back, but I sell this because it was really quick money and I wait for the next opportunity. But yeah, this is what I'm thinking about the short term. If you have any questions, comment them below. And now let's go on with the bull run top price prediction. So for the bull run top price prediction, if you didn't know yet, I love to use the Fibonacci. So we just take the top and just go all the way to the bottom here. As you can see, Fibonacci is really helpful. The first resistance we had here, like this is like 7 days, was the 0.382. We couldn't break 7.33. Then we went up to the next level. We couldn't break 8.50. And now we're actually moving to the next level, which is the 0.618. And this is very strong resistance. Don't get me wrong. A lot of traders will try to short and dump on these prices. So this could have some resistance. But in case of a liquidity grab, we could just straight fly through it because we will get enough liquidity down to just pump through it. But yeah, I showed you the way to all-time high in the short term. Let's just take a look at the long term. So again, once all-time high is broken, so let's take this arrow here, and the first target we want to see is a 1.618 at 20. Again, a lot of people will sell here because it's a very nice number, like $20 even number. It doesn't always get even numbered, and a lot of people sell the 1.61. So what we can get here is like a drop down to like 15 maybe. But then this is when the momentum shifts. If it just goes through like straight like this, $30. It can even pump through like $50. Like we've seen this before. This is exactly what happened here. The drop down here, pump to like 168, come down, pump straight to like 4.618. If you don't believe me, let's take a look at the Fibonacci level here. What happened basically at the top in March. Like it's crazy if you just think about it. So we take top to bottom here. Look at this top, this 12.37. Look at this. It's basically the top. Like this was like pumped because of Bitcoin to 75k, but the first major resistance was this. Also the second resistance, like this is very bullish for render. It went straight through the 1.68 and was like in the middle or maybe close to the 2.168. So this could happen again. It dropped down below. So if we would take that, for example, like just not getting denied here, straight going to like $30, and this sounds crazy, but maybe pump down to 18 with a decent correction, and then go to 50. And let me remember, this wasn't in a bull run, the 4.618. There wasn't a bull run top. Now we're entering a bull run. And like I said, XRP went up 75 billion in market cap. Do you know what that means? That's a 15x for render. That's basically like literally $130. Like we would be at one, if we did that move that XRP did in the last 4 weeks, this would be the move in 4 weeks to 130 or plus 1,500%. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but remember, Solana pumped so hard in 2021. We're talking about the top AI coin. People should raise their targets. But once again, like I said, not financial advice, always have some spare cash, because when dips like this happen, which happened in February, like this happens a lot. Look at this spike, like down all the way. Look at these red spikes, all selling, liquidity grabs even here. You want to have spare cash to buy the bottoms, because these grabs make you the most money. Like the bottom to the next 2 days, this is always 50-60% gain. And if you have like a cash back to buy these dips and you get 60% on your cash back in a day, you will be a very happy investor. Not financial advice again, but this is how I basically do it. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video if you did. Also follow me at TheRealDoc on Twitter to know when I talk about render trading or render bullish news, crypto bullish news in general, and much more. Subscribe to my channel for more crypto content and YouTube. Until next time.